Thank you. All right. Before I start, well, I'm up here not complete tonight. I don't have my teeth in because my mouth is too tender, too sore. I just can't put them in. So you'll have to excuse me, but I can still do a good job with them or without them. So don't let that bother you. Now this morning, I received some information and I'm going to share it with you tonight. But before I do, let me tell you that it takes a lot out of me in order to do what I'm doing. But all of you don't have to go through what I'm going through, because it only takes one to make the change, and that's it. The rest of you will wake up one morning and you'll be the mirror image of a new body. You don't have to make all the changes. Now, many times I've been told, and when I say I've been told, that is when I had communication with a medium with my spiritual people, that things that are hidden in the most inner recess. And personally, I never knew where that really was. But this morning, it came to me. And understanding that really makes me realize what the meltdown is, and so forth and so on, and why we have lost the spirit. In other words, we're in a mess, and we have to get out of it. And we can't get out of it unless we make changes. Now this is a model of the spine. And in here, you can see the spinal cord. See it? Right there. And in the very center of the spinal cord, I'm going to call it the neural cord because it's going to be brand new. So let's use new words as if we're there already, because that helps us to get there. And in the center of this neural cord is a canal. And we'll call that the neural canal of the neural cord. Understand it? And in here, it has all kinds of cells. And I have a picture of it from the very notes that I used when I went to school in 1940. And here it is. So if anybody wants to come up and take a look at it, come up and take a look at it, because you don't find this in our histology today, or psychology, or even neurology. It's from the old textbooks. And in here it shows you that hole surrounded with tissue. And the tissue is called epithelium. And the word epi means above and around, which is Greek, and tele, which is Greek, means a nipple. And this is the tissue where we really are. Now this goes all the ways down from here all the ways down into here. And down here we have what we call something as a ventricle. And from that ventricle, then this cord, the spinal cords come out, and we call that the cauda equina, or the horse's tail. But let's stay inside, inside. Now that goes all the ways down, and then it becomes wrapped, or there is a tissue or a covering here which we call the Pia Mater, the Holy Mother. And that wraps itself around, and down in here is the coccyx. And that attaches itself to the coccyx, and all this that is created in here attaches itself to the coccyx, which is the bone, and that gives it the spirit. But, not even my own notes have it, but I found it many months ago, that neural canal of the neural cord at the very bottom becomes congealed. That's the words they use. And that congealment means nothing to them. This is what they wrote. Nothing. But remember, everything is for a purpose. And that congealment is a Latin word meaning to be frozen. Frozen. Now when that becomes frozen, the spirit cannot penetrate it any longer. Can't. So what has to happen? What are we afraid of out there today? The great meltdown. And it is something that has to happen, because it's going to happen in us. And when it does, that meltdown will cause all kinds of disturbances. And it causes the disturbances within the person that feels it, where the change is taken on. But as within, so without. And we had Katrina, and we have all these floods out there, and we have snow now that we never had before. Even snow where there were, in places where there were never snow. The whole thing is changing because it is changing in us.